Hey guys, it's Michael again. I'm applauding you guys because you guys got us 1,000 more subscribers. 2,000 subscribers, oh my God! I was freaking out when we had just 1,000 subscribers, and here I sit before you, 2,000 subscribers, and I just don't know what to say. It's amazing, I don't know what to say. 1,000 more of you, really? You guys like my content that much? My God, I mean, it means so much to me. Like, you guys warm my hearts every day with all the comments, all the love and support you guys keep giving me. It motivates me every day to keep doing this for you guys. And unfortunately, I mean, I'm not really great at coming up with ways to celebrate, to be honest. I mean, I celebrated with water balloons for 100. I celebrated eating jelly beans with 500, 1,000. I just did one of my videos. It was like an hour long or something. And at 2,000 subscribers, I honestly had no idea what I should do. I'm just like, okay, Q&A, let's do it. Maybe people want to ask some questions. And sure enough, a few people did. I really do mean a few. Only a few people actually asked me some questions. Reasonably so. I think I overestimated my own popularity there for a bit. And lucky you guys get to deal with unscripted Michael, which is always the best Michael to deal with. It really helped that I can answer some of your guys' questions with some level of articulation. I don't even know if that's a word. Give me a minute. Articulation. Is it a word? It is a word. Okay, that's fine. Okay, yeah. So shut up. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get into some questions.
I know you've probably heard it 1,000 times, but you deserve more than just 2K. I found your Cuphead video in my recommended yesterday, and when I was done watching it I was thinking to find someone with over 1 million subs, but instead I found you with only 1K. I was so confused, lol. Seriously, keep up the great work. And for the QnA, what is your favorite video game, and your favorite song from that game?
Thank you, Mad Max Gaming. I really appreciate that. That's something I keep hearing a lot, actually. People keep thinking that I have 1 million subscribers, but I'm nowhere close to that. I don't agree. My content is not that good. Like 1 million subscribers is a lot, guys. Like, it's really a lot. And yeah, a lot of people seem to be coming for the Cuphead video. And that was like the first one of this like talking about music stuff that I've ever done. Maybe it's because the Cuphead show is coming out recently. Maybe that's why people are really starting to get that recommended to them. But yeah, a lot of people are coming from the Cuphead video, which is nuts. That one has like, right now, I think it's at 60K views. That's literally the biggest video on my channel right now in terms of views. It's doing so well. And to get to your question, this one honestly is already a really difficult one for me just because I don't know how to measure which one what is my favorite game. Like, placing them in an order just is very difficult for me. But just because I want to give you an answer, and because recently I just played the first game and it made me appreciate this game like a whole lot more, and I replayed it recently and every minute playing that game it's so much fun and I really enjoy it. Portal 2. I will say Portal 2 just because I don't know, maybe I need to re-figure out, because it's been a while since I played games recently, so maybe I have to replay some games that I played back then, but I replayed Portal 2 recently, and I only really started to fully enjoy it after I played the first Portal about a month ago, and like having played that and realizing there's elements to it that repeat in Portal 2 made me like appreciate the game a wad ton more. And I just love the stuff with the characters. The one who plays Wheatley is like my favorite. It's never a dull moment with that character. It makes the entire game play experience so worth it. Like, GLaDOS is great too. I love the voice acting in there. The team is so great, and I've been listening to the director's commentary on that too, and I keep learning more and more about it, and the more I keep learning about it, it makes me love the game even more. And I would say that is my favorite game. And you asked also what is my favorite song from that game, and seeing how there isn't a lot of like big music in the game, like it's more like backing music and backup tracks, I have to say, like, what's the name of the song again? I think it's Want You Gone, the ending credit song, because that is really good. It's so catchy, and it's GLaDOS freaking kills it singing it. It's such a great song. I love it. I'm gonna have to do a video on that, aren't I? Yeah, I probably am gonna have to do one.
First of all, congratulations on the milestone, Michael. As for the QnA, what was your inspiration for starting a YouTube channel? And which of your videos would you consider to be your best?
Mantaplan, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. That is a really, really good question, by the way. Thank you so much for asking that. Inspiration-wise, I assume people, when they say inspiration, they mean who inspired you, like a specific person, a specific YouTuber in this case. I mean, back then I used to watch a lot of Super Mario Logan. He's not my inspiration, I would say, by any means. I just really liked watching him. I do really take a lot of inspiration off of like the past videos from Dashy Games. He's hilarious. I love him. He's such a great personality and character, and he seems to be such a genuine nice guy. And he's also Dominican, like me, apparently. And he also lived in Florida for a while. So I was like, really, like, this guy is like me. Damn, I want to do videos. So yeah, general inspiration maybe would probably be Dashy Games, I guess. And MatPat is another person that I used to watch a lot back then. And generally, when it comes to being smart, that's not what I am. I'm not smart by any means. And I always really admire people who are really smart and articulate, and he's all of that, and I love his editing style and everything. I love it. It's so great. I'm like, I want to get there one day. I would say that maybe those two, Dashy and MatPat, are definitely YouTubers that I still watch to this day. Not as much as I used to, but I still kind of, you know, get into their videos here and there whenever I want to watch something of theirs. And I would definitely say that it has to be those two people who kind of inspired me to really do something on YouTube. And in terms of which one is my favorite video, the best video that I think that I have done, I want to say the first Rhythm Heaven Fever video that I did. The reason why is because before that, the only videos I did was one on Life is Strange 2, and I did one on Cuphead. I think that was it. I think. And then, because the reason why I like that video so much is because that's when I introduced the whole stuff with the green screen, and I had a setup way to do things. Finally, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use the curtain to do this, and the curtain thing, I don't even do that anymore because I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna, it's too difficult to get the green screen onto there. I'm not gonna do that anymore. And it was the first time that I really started like talking about something that I was really, really passionate about, because I really love Rhythm Heaven, and I just was like, every moment working on that video meant so much to me. Like, I was happy every single second making that video because it was so much fun, and it was finally, I'm like, I'm doing something that I plan to do in my life, because that was something I had an idea for before I even started making YouTube videos. Like, at some point I need to talk about the Rhythm Heaven songs because there's not enough people on YouTube talking about them, and I need to do it justice. So yes, that is my favorite video that I've ever done, I would say, because it's so significant to me, and I still go back and watch it to this day.
You're going to need to make a new video for the Cuphead DLC music. Absolutely loved the video on the base game.
Quackster, thank you so much for commenting. Also, not a question, but yes, I definitely agree, and only because you said it now, I will go ahead and do, hopefully, the DLC songs. I haven't played it yet, actually. It's been a while since I played Cuphead, but I really love that game. In fact, the Cuphead songs are some of the best that I've ever heard, and I totally agree. If these DLC ones are worth talking about, I'm going to talk about them. Thank you so much for obligating me to do that, Quackster.
If you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I'm going to assume when you say album, you mean some type of music other than video game music, and it's funny to assume, what's your name, Mr. Spud8, that I listen to anything other than video game music. I'm just joking with you. I listen to normal music, quote unquote normal music. I listen to a lot of Maroon 5, and I listen to Charlie Puth here and there. I have to be honest with you, when it comes to regular music, you know, like pop music or something like that is what I'm really mess with and stuff, but I don't really deep dive into the artists' albums and stuff like that. So I don't know that I can say that I like a specific album, because I don't listen to any albums. I just listen to music as it comes to me. I guess just to throw an answer out there, Charlie Puth, what's the name of this one that he did? It has a lot of really good songs in it. Let me search it up. Okay, Voice Notes is what it's called. Yeah, Voice Notes has a lot of really good songs in there. I haven't listened to all of the songs in there. I don't know how to answer this question, honestly. It's just one that has a lot of really, really good songs that I always listen to and I love, and I never get tired of hearing them. So yeah, to answer your question, Charlie Puth's Voice Notes. And I don't really know any ones from Maroon 5 albums that he has, but yeah, just to give you that answer, I don't really listen to that much music other than video game music, to be honest, but I do listen to a lot. It's kind of an even mixture between the two, regular music and video game music.
How long does it take to edit a video? Considering how heavily edited your videos are, must take a long time. Also, congrats, you deserve way more.
Okay, I hope I'm saying your name right, Lee-er. I have no idea. Okay, but I really appreciate that question. That is an awesome question. Thanks so much for asking that. Honestly, in terms of how long it takes me to do that, it really depends on the video. So obviously, if I can use a recent example, the Rhythm Tank Goku video was one that it's like an hour long, and that was like the most difficult thing that I ever had to do in my life, because it took so freaking long, and I had to edit everything, and I want to make everything stand out in it. So like, there's certain aspects that you have to spend a lot of time with. It really depends on what you're doing. Sometimes I'll have to really frame by frame edit something versus I have to do some simple transitions and stuff like that. The soundtrack dip things right now are the most easygoing things that I have right now. That'll take somewhere from 2 to 3 days probably. And I'm saying 2 to 3 days because between those two, in those 2 to 3 days, usually it's not just working on a video. If I have something else to do during the day, I'll jump in for about an hour or 2 hours or something like that to work on the video. If you accumulate all the time that I take actually editing it, I would say maybe it'll take 6 to 7 hours for me to complete a soundtrack dip episode. Because those are so short. The last one I did was like 5 minutes, and it was really no trouble at all to finish that one. If I'm talking about a really, really long video that I made, I'll use Club Penguin as an example. That one took me, because that one I was able to focus in on, like, and have nothing else in my life to bother me. So that one took less than a week, I would say. From a week to 5 to something days or whatever, I would say is how long it took me to really get that one done. And I was actually really stressed out while editing that one. It was before I was going on to the winter holiday and I was gonna go on vacation, so I really set myself, I'm like, okay, pretend this is like a fucking job and I just have somebody on my neck, hey, I need this by Thursday or something like that. And so I stressed myself the hell out for no reason when I had plenty of time, and I had about a week's time before I had to go on vacation. But yeah, more or less that's how long it takes me to edit things.
What are your top 3 favorite video games, and what are your top 3 favorite video game hosts?
Anna, very good question. I think, aren't you one of the earliest fans that I have? If that's so, then thank you so much, because I feel like I've recognized your name before. I don't know, it's gonna be very awkward if you're only a new one, and I just felt like I recognized that Zelda picture before. But so yeah, again, like I said, this one is a very hard question for me to answer, but I guess I have one piece of it. I'm gonna say Portal 2. Obviously, I already said that before. I really love Mario Odyssey. Odyssey is like one of the best Mario games that I played, and I keep coming back to it. It's always so fun. Anytime I get the feeling, the urge to play it again, it's like, man, I gotta play this game again. I gotta sit down and let's do the Odyssey. Oh my God, it's a great experience. And I was choosing between that one and Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild is a renowned, great game. A lot of people's favorites is actually Breath of the Wild. And don't get me wrong, Breath of the Wild, when I played it, meant so much to me. It was one of the best gaming experiences that I had. And the reason I'm not putting it as number 3, I have a very big love for Batman, obviously. And back then, I used to play Batman Arkham City all the time. The demo alone, when it was coming out and I couldn't afford to get the actual game, I played that no less than 20 times, and I just wouldn't get tired of it. Speaking of which, I did get tired of playing that game, and I haven't played it in over like 3 or 4 years or something like that. I'm assuming I will get back, but it's just because of how often that I played it back then that I got, you know, I got tired of it basically. But I still consider it one of my favorite games ever that I've actually played. In terms of the 3 favorite video game OSTs, okay, that is a little bit easier. And thank you for asking that, because that is a good question. Now, my number 1, I can say this for sure, is Cuphead. Like, Cuphead, there's a reason why it was the first one that I did. It's just because it is so good that I had to like immediately talk about it. So yeah, Cuphead, I'm gonna say is 1. Number 2, Undertale, man. Undertale it's good. It's really, really good, honestly. I would spend a really great amount of time during the first job that I ever had, just listening to the soundtrack on repeat the entire time, and it would just not wane at all. And it's just, I loved listening to it so much. And number 3 is it was a little hard for me to really decide this. At first I was gonna say Mario Odyssey, but like as good as the songs are in that game, there was something about Mario Maker 2 and like its collection of all the old games as well as new ones that I'm just like, oh my god, this soundtrack is really good. And it has really good ones from back in Super Mario Brothers, the first one that came out, really good ones for Mario 3D World, and it's like, okay, so it's collecting all these other songs from all these other games, so I don't have to just say Mario Odyssey, because I really like the songs in Mario 3D World, and I really like some of the songs in Mario Brothers 3, but Mario Maker 2 took all the songs and put them into the game, so I'm like, okay, so I have all my favorite songs right in here.
Is it possible to make music with a hot dog?
What?
First and most importantly, congrats on the 2K subs. You really deserve them for your hard work. Second of all, as for the condamp, what advice do you give for people starting out making videos?
Purple, by the way, love that name. Thank you so much for congratulating me. Nobody comes to me for advice, by the way, which is good, because I wouldn't recommend. My advice would be to not ask me for advice. But because I don't want to weasel out of your question, I'll give you 2 things. I'll give you the thing that most YouTubers say, and then I'll give you my advice, and you can you can decide whether my advice is good or not. So what YouTubers usually say, get lucky and just hope that your stuff will be noticed by a lot of people, get recommended and get into the algorithm and stuff, and that you'll blow up from there. The advice I will give you, I would say, first of all, do something that you're really passionate about. Like, if you really like movies, maybe you should consider reviewing movies for other people. Or if you're into video games or something, maybe you can do a Let's Play, start doing a Let's Play or something. Or maybe even do reviews on games. You can start doing that. Part 2 to my advice would be to do what I did, which is look for something on YouTube that if it doesn't exist, if you're searching it up, I'll give you a good example of what I'm talking about. Really early on, one of the first videos I ever did was a video. It was called, Is Batman 2 Overpowered? And the reason that I did it is because I was talking to my friends in high school and they were asking that same question, and I'm like, oh god, this is a very interesting question. This was when I really, really was obsessed with Batman back then, by the way. And they were talking about that. I'm like, it'd be very interesting to see if somebody talks about that on YouTube. And I searched it up and there was literally nothing about it on YouTube. Nobody had made a video about that, and it was like that's interesting. Okay, nobody's done a video about it. I guess I'll do it. And so I made a video about it, and sure enough, I was right. There was a lot of people gravitating toward it. At the time, I was getting so much more views than I ever did, which was, you know, none at all. And people were commenting on it, and it was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this. Nobody's really talking about Cuphead music, so I'll go ahead and talk about that. And nobody's talking about Rhythm Heaven music, so I'll go ahead and talk about that. And bada bing, bada boom, you know, people start discovering you. The way I like to look at it is, if you're, for example, I'll say video gaming, like playing a game, let's say, what's a recent game that came out, Resident Evil 8, I'll use that as an example. If you're doing Let's Plays or something of Resident Evil, and you have like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier doing that, who the hell are they gonna go to? Markiplier or this person who has no views? And that's the mentality that I have. If you have something nobody else has done, you'll most likely kind of succeed with it.
Lots of congrats, man. You deserve them. For the QnA, I thought, what are your favorite video games? What kind of music do you listen to apart from video game most? And what made you want to start a YouTube channel? DD.
Thank you, Simone, for the congratulations and all of that. This question is actually kind of a mixture of some of the other comments. So, but I'll go ahead and answer them anyways, just so that you don't get left out. So yeah, the music that I usually listen to besides video game music is I listen to a lot of pop music. So any stuff that appears on the radio or that gets really big, it finds me, basically, and that's what I listen to if I like it. I'm not really the type of guy to experiment and search for stuff. So I end up kind of being a basic bitch about this whole thing. In terms of what made me want to start doing YouTube, it was watching other people do YouTube. Honestly, that's the only way. It's like, okay, it'd be interesting. I want to do this for myself. I kind of, the first video I ever did was in the MJ Batman channel, in my gaming channel, and it was playing Batman Arkham City, actually. Having said that, that video was down. If you try and find it, it's not there, but I didn't delete it. It's in my private videos because I do not want to subject the world to my cringiness. And at the time, like I said, a big inspiration for me was Dashi XP. He was really a big part of my life back during high school. I think I used to watch him a lot, and he really made me want to start doing. In fact, the reason I took down a lot of those videos is because I adopted that personality of his so much, and I'm like, okay, well, this isn't good. It's just me kind of mimicking Dashi's personality mixed in with my own. So I don't know. That's why I took those videos down. It's just like, I need to be my own person.
I absolutely love all of your vids so far, and I am hyped to see what's in store for the future of your channel. As for the QnA, are you considering doing more Mario Host rankings? Or was it just a one-off thing with Bowser's Fury?
Bean, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, commenting, all that. Yes, of course, obviously, yeah, I'm gonna do Mario OSTs in the future. The next soundtrack dive is actually going to be a Mario game. I won't say what it is. I will give you the hint that it has been recommended. A lot of people have been like requesting it, so to speak, I mean. And for the record, yeah, Bowser's Fury isn't the only Mario soundtrack that I've talked about. It is the only soundtrack dive episode that I've done one on. That's a Mario game, but I actually did do a ranking on the Double Dash soundtrack, which was a really good one. If you haven't checked it out, you can go ahead and check it out, but that's another Mario OST that I talked about.
Congrats. I'm surprised on how well made your videos are, but still haven't reached 1 meter subs. I believe that someday you'll find yourself totally not a ref to RHF Remix 9 to reach that amount of subs. Question for the QnA. What is your most and least favorite instrument? What is your most and least favorite type of music genre?
MXX Night, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I pronounced it incorrectly. Is it Mixed Night? Whatever. Thank you so much for that reference. It was really good. Thank you. And that is a good question, actually. What's my favorite instruments? I feel like I've been very vocal about my love for the drums, because I used to play drums back in the day. Like, I used to take a lot of classes and stuff, and I kind of dropped that ambition. I don't play the drums anymore, but that doesn't diminish my love for the drums in the slightest. I really love drums. That's my favorite instrument, and if I had to follow that up closely with the second one, it would probably be, I want to learn how to play it, and I don't, but I love listening to piano music, probably. As my second favorite instrument would probably be piano. In fact, some of the other videos where you see me playing piano, it's not really me playing piano. You probably figured that out already, but you can kind of see how like into it that I get. You could almost read my facial expressions. It's not an act. It is kind of an act, but I also really do feel I have a love for piano, and I wish that I can play it, but it takes a lot of like, just a lot of work, you know? And anytime I get remotely good at something, I kind of just drop it. Honestly, I don't know. It's just the way I am. Maybe I will pick it up in the future. I know how to play guitar kind of really well. Acoustic guitar, I can kind of play it a bit. I'm kind of average good at it. I'm not really, really good at it. And I can kind of sing good as well, whatever. In terms of my most and least favorite musical genres, another really good question. Thank you for asking. I'm gonna be that guy that says that he doesn't like rap or country music, because I really don't gravitate towards them at all. I don't really listen to them a lot. And when I do listen to them, it's like, I don't really like this. So I guess, yeah, I just say that because, you know, and a lot of people say it, I guess, for good reason. Maybe rap and country music just sucks. I don't know. If you like it, by the way, please don't come at me. If you like it, I'm not saying that it's terrible. Just not my thing. And in terms of my favorite, I already said pop music. I listen to a lot of it. I like jazz. You like jazz? No? Okay, I'll stop. But no, jazz is a really big one. I really like listening to jazz music, like that whole stereotypical jazz, going to the jazz club thing. I liked Soul. The movie Soul had a lot of good songs in it and stuff, and like jazz moments. Jazz gets me, man. Like the whole stuff with the saxophone and all of that, the trumpets, the like, woo, the drums and all of that. I really like a lot of jazz and pop music, a lot of pop music. But I feel like pop is just too, is it that too broad a term? Like a lot of music, different types of music can be in pop, right? I don't know if that's true or not. Evidently, I don't know a lot about music, but I talk about video game music anyways, though. I'm gonna leave that as the last question because it was the only questions that people asked. Thank you guys so much for asking the questions. I really appreciate you guys hitting me up. Right now, we're actually reaching 2,500. I don't know if we've gotten there by the time I shot this. We're literally 100 away. We're at right now, as I'm recording this video, it's at 2,400. So we're literally halfway to another 1,000 subscribers. I know a lot of those people are coming from the Cuphead videos because it's telling me my statistics and stuff are letting me know that that's the video that's blowing up right now, and I think it's probably because of the Cuphead show, like I mentioned, it's coming out, or people are just really like the, you know, Cuphead music. Cuphead music is really slamming. But guys, I can't thank you enough for your support, by the way, guys. It really means the world to me. I hope to keep doing this for you guys. And I hope that we get to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. By the time we get there, I don't even know what I'm gonna do at 3,000. Should I do another Q&A? I feel like I shouldn't, because there wasn't a lot of people that asked questions in this one. It was like 10 or 11 people or something like that. But we'll do this. If we reach 3,000, if you're watching this video, I'll also leave a comment down there saying, what should I do for 3,000 if we hit it? Because I'm not great at coming up with ideas, guys. I'm lucky enough I came up with Soundtrack Dive and Soundtrack Dip. I hope you guys are enjoying all the stuff that I'm making. I hope you guys like Soundtrack Dip. If you haven't watched that yet, I did an episode on the pizza theme from Spider-Man 2, and I thought that it came out nice. I hope to keep doing a lot more of those Soundtrack Dips. I already wrote the script, or I'm writing the script for a second episode of that. It's just a lot easier for me to do right now when school is hitting me so hard. And not only that, but actually today, the day that I'm filming this, I actually got a job. So yeah, now that I have to start doing school and work, it's good. I really have to find a way to be able to have time to write scripts and edit videos and film videos and stuff for you guys so that I can actually keep making content. And Soundtrack Dive is just too huge a format for me to be able to produce it quickly. So right now, for a while, it's gonna be nothing but soundtrack dips. Currently, I'm trying to do a speed run on my bachelor's at my college. And once I get college done, I'll only have kind of my job to deal with. And hopefully I can just balance out doing my job and doing YouTube. Right now, I'm having a difficult time balancing things to a point where I can constantly keep making stuff for you guys. I hate that there's so much time in between each video that I do. I really want to keep pumping them out a lot faster. But this is the way that they're coming right now, unfortunately. I live in some hard times. Regardless though, those of you who keep watching, you guys mean the world to me. I'm serious, like, every time that I try and get heartfelt, I don't know what to say. It's beyond words what I'm feeling, what you guys make me feel. Holy shit, man, why can I not speak? You're seeing completely candid me right now. Do you like it? No, I don't think so. I am so inarticulate, it's not even funny. I guess it's about time I end the video, huh? All right, so if you guys like this this video, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe. If you guys didn't, don't worry. You can still leave a like, a comment, subscribe. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. The links are in the description below. And I will see you guys then.
Yeah, you told me the other day you'd be coming back today.